So let me get the camera positioned down here so you see what I'm doing. I'm just taking the float off. This is cheap ass carburetor. Jingay or so, I don't know, something like that. So there's that. Okay, so and then here's the float, and then here's the spillover. So from the factory it was set above. This float goes on here, obviously, like that. So when this is closed, the fluid level in there, the gas comes into this bowl, and because this valve opens when this is down, the inlet valve is open, and that's right here, letting the fuel in, and then like your toilet tank, when the gas pushes it up, as it fills up, it closes it off. And if you turn it upside down, you can see it's about right there. I got it set kind of high right now because it was set real high, and it ran all right, but it was so high it was leaking out of here. And what this is designed to do is drip out a hose right here when your fuel is just simply too high in the carburetor, and which it was. So I've taken this thing off 6 times. I don't know how many times, a lot. And it's all cleaned up. I took it all apart, cleaned it. There's not much to it, but main jet, pilot jet, idle speed. This is the idle trim. Or actually, what this does is it sets the idle either rich or lean. And if it's on the fuel side, it's on this side here, the inlet where the fuel goes in. So it's past the bowl. Because sometimes they're over here on the air inlet side, and they open and close off the air inlet for the idle circuit. This here is a fuel trim. It does the same thing, but in an opposite way. It either allows more fuel or less fuel during the idle and initial lower RPM range. So anyway, that's what it does. And I no matter how I adjust these, I cannot get it to idle properly, and it's either too high, too low. It surges, it hesitates when I give it gas. I just, and there's nothing clogged in here. I cleaned it all out, and the bike is essentially new. It's only been ridden. The bike probably has 6 hours on it. So I don't know what right now. Normally there's no schematic on this, so usually you measure from here to here and the height. And there's a setting, and there's also a line here. Normally floats are they're put in so when they're closed they're horizontal, and then this extra push here, this is just like a little spring in there to dampen this. But when it's here like that, it's closed. So it looks to me like it's set properly. Honestly, it really is. I don't know what I'm doing here, taking it apart. I'm throwing spitballs at it now. I don't know what is wrong with this carburetor. I mean, maybe there's something clogged in it somewhere and I just can't see it, but I blew everything out, and everything, all the passages, I got fluid to go through them. So what else can you do? And like I said, the bike looks dirty, but it's relatively new. So, I've taken all this out, everything. I blew WD-40 through it. It all blows out. It comes out, it works. I don't know what's wrong with it. It acts like there's like a major air leak or something. It will run fairly decent if the choke is about halfway like that, more than halfway. If the choke is about 2/3 of the way like that, so that's restricting air. So that tells me that it's running super lean. Well, if it's running super lean, then the main jet is not picking up the fuel. And if the main jet is not picking up the fuel, that usually means that the level in the bowl, the level of fuel in here is too low. This dirt just find this, whatever this leaf got in there. But how could that be? Now, one thing I noticed, it doesn't open much. So that's what I was going to tweak. But I don't know if that's the problem. Like I said, I don't know what the problem is. So I'm going to take this off. You slide this out. Then you take this off. Alright, and then you got, this is the little plunger that's tapered with a rubber tip on it here, or a neoprene or something, and that closes with a matching taper in here, and it closes the fuel off. But none of that stuff is clogged. Now watch, this is gonna blow out of here. There. See? So, that doesn't seem to be a problem. I don't know. So, what do I want to do? I want to bend this tab. This is the stop. So when it hangs down, when it's in there and it hangs down like this in the open position, this stops it from going too far. So I could bend this so this thing can, the float can drop further down like that. I'm not gonna put the thing back, pin or the stopper back in yet. I'm just gonna try it. Now let's see. Now it really hangs down. See? Does that solve my problem? I doubt it. I doubt it. But I don't know what else to try. And then and also I'm going to do is I'm going to let it okay, so see, if I go too far, it's just going to leak out again. So let me try this. I don't know what else to do. If this works, it's going to blow my mind. If this doesn't work, I'll buy another carburetor. They're just, like I said, they're not that expensive. Okay, so this is kind of how it was before when I took it apart. You see how it's not level at all? It's that didn't help my cause with this. So let me I gotta use some tool to bend it. So I'm gonna bend this up. Okay, so that's pretty radical. But it's easier to push that back in while it's in place. So let me try this. Okay, so what do we got? Let's see how how far down it goes. I mean, that's ridiculous. Oh, maybe not. I mean, where's the bottom of this thing? So, I'm gonna bend this. All right. So, I don't want it opening so far. If you notice, that's pretty radical. That's radical. I think I can get away with that without it leaking, though. It doesn't really need to open this. It doesn't need to open that much. I think that's too far. I think that's too far down. So, what do I got to do? I got to bend this to get a little more. Okay, now. Wow. See, that the problem is okay, so now it's a little bit higher. It's a little bit higher. Still low. I mean, it's still coming down low, but it's a little bit higher. But the other thing is, I think this is the main thing here, is you see how it's high like that? I honestly don't think that is the problem. For some reason, it's not getting into these jets. And I think it's the one that's not getting the fuel, because the main jet, once it gets RPMs get up, the main jet takes over and then it does rev up. But it's this jet, this pilot jet, this is the culprit. Okay, so the only thing to do now is just put the stupid thing back together and see if it is going to work. Honestly, sometimes with these carburetors, there could be maybe something clogged in there, but I'd be surprised. I mean, there's a reason why it's not working. And it frustrates me that I can't figure it out. It does frustrate me. I mean, I normally figure stuff out. It's not like I'm not used to carburetors. Hell, I grew up with them. Taking apart many carburetors. And this little thing right here, this little piece of junk, is giving me fits. This, some are pretty complicated, but this one's simple. So, let's put this beast back together. What's this? Where's the wrench? Over there. How do you? Oh, look. Is this pin the problem? Look it's moving. See? What was that? Something just flew out of there. Something just flew out of there. It hit my hand, so I kind of deflected it. And I kind of saw where it fell. I don't know what it is, but I tell you what, I need it. Whatever it was, I'm gonna need it, or it ain't gonna go back together. Now, carefully move around and look for that thing. I think I'm gonna have to be buying a carburetor. I'll find that part. It hit my hand, and where did it land? Where did it go? Damn, I wish I would have caught it. Did it land on me? I wish I would have caught that sucker. Oh, here it is. I got it. It's this. This thing. Now, how does it go back in here? Remove this and slide it down further. So I have to take this off here, not lose it, and put it right there without bending this thing. Right? Man, good thing it went on there. That was almost as another disaster. Okay, I got it on the very bottom. I got it on there. What that does is it allows more fuel. Hopefully I didn't bend that. All right. So now this goes back in its hole. But now how does this go in? This is a retainer. How would it go? I'm going to assume. I'm just going to make an assumption that it goes in like this. And why? Like that. Like that. I don't know how to get that. Like this. Like that. That's how I think it goes. That is how it goes. You see? Let me see. You see? Can you see in there? That's how it goes. I'm sticking to it. Now, this goes in. When that goes in, that ain't going nowhere. Okay, so I think that's it. Now, if I get this thing back together, it's going to be a minor miracle. Now, I think this goes here. How did that go? So this has to go here. But if it does that, this has to go like that. Oh, I see. I see where it goes. So this, I gotta somehow pull this. This is gonna be tricky. Getting this thing to go. Getting this spring compressed is going to be tricky. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. I mean, I really got to compress it. Well, maybe it won't be so bad. I can't believe it. Freaking did it. Look at that, YouTube. Oh, God. I did it. What the hell? I'm kind of proud of myself there. All right, so that's not bad. Now, this slot has to line up with that pin in there. There's a pin in there on this side, and that is this pin. This is not a pin, it's the idle adjustment screw. And wait a minute, yeah, and this is tapered, so that's, you can see where the screw's been hitting it, and as you screw it in, it pushes it up. And then this is lets the air come in. Yeah. That's how that works. Exactly. So yep. That's exactly how that works. So now, let me just line that up. When you find it, it just drops in. So you just gotta twist it, you know. There you go, and there it goes. And then you gotta get this thing started, the threads, which is not hard to do. And boom, bada bing, bada boom. I'm feeling a little optimistic here. Okay, now let's go and let's get these bolts on. Now the gasket is already on here and still good, thank God. I don't want to be making no gasket. So this gets tucked in here like that, out of that, just like that. It's so much easier with that stupid gas tank out of there. And then this goes here. So, kind of like this. You get it just centered, just right. You can turn it. Then it's just a matter of putting the spark plug wire back on and then putting the tank on and firing this bad boy up. See what we have. And see if it works. And I don't have, I've done this like 5 or 6 times, so with different settings on that float, plus cleaning the carburetor. So I don't have a lot of faith in it. I hate to be negative, but I just don't have a lot of faith that it's going to work. It just doesn't seem like that's the right setting for the float, even though that's how it was when I took it off. And if it's too high, like I said, it could leak. And if it leaks out, I got to take it apart and lower it again, and then I'm pretty much almost back where I was before. So that's why I don't have much faith. But you know, it's always room for a good surprise. You know, that should be pretty tight. After all, it's just aluminum. And they are just little tiny bolts. So let me get this on. Put this in its holder so it doesn't get melted on the exhaust again. It's weird. Okay, then that. And then the gas tank. Now, this is the fun part. You know, so I gotta get this on, this over here, across here, up through here. What a pain. If I was, I should get some kind of valve for this system or something. Because that's funky. It really is. I don't like that at all. That crossover network. It just, if it works, I'll have to take it apart one more time because it's supposed to go through here and not there. But you know, crap. But for this test, what does it matter, right? I mean, it doesn't matter for the test. We'll deal with it. If it's going to work, then we'll go back to it. Let's just get this on here. There, for now. Turn the gas on. Run this down. Keep your fingers crossed. I'm stalling the inevitable. Turn the choke on, turn the key on, and let her rip. Well, that's okay. right away.